Hey guys, so I ended up filming my review right after I watched it, and then I took a little break. I wanted to break up the negatives and the positives of the review, so we're gonna throw the negatives, which I recorded after I did my full-on like review right off the spot, and then we're gonna put the positive review right after that. My positive review was right after I watched the film, so I was just so stoked, so filled with all this excitement, and so that's why it's just pure positivity, because it's just everything that I was just thinking of in the moment. The negatives were just stuff that I tried to pick out like after, and things that I was thinking of, because like I said, I really enjoyed the film, so I didn't want to like nitpick or do any of that stuff, but just I just pulled out these moments just to see if you guys could relate and if you spotted the same things that I spotted, because these were just minor complaints, but I did want to say them just so you guys could see that I'm not like not being biased, but I did have some things that I was picking out. So yeah, enjoy both sides. So the first part will be the negative, which I recorded after, a couple hours after, but the positive is the one that I recorded like right after we finished. But I hope you enjoy. And remember, Patreon. It's up right now. Alright, before we start the review, I want to say that my review is mostly positive, and I do want to get the quick negatives that I had, because there wasn't much at all, but I want to keep this review nice and happy, because that's how the movie made me feel. The only negatives I really had with this was, I know in certain scenes where it was showing her fly, or when it was showing her run, the effects kind of looked a little choppy. It didn't look that great, in my opinion. It was just a couple cuts where it just looked a little goofy, and like I mentioned, also what like I'm going to mention, I loved the little plot that they had, the way they brought back Steve, but the way that they kind of went about it. I mean, I thought like the whole Make a Wish thing was just kind of a little too simple, and I know people may hate that well, I mean that word, but still, it just felt a little too simple, if that makes any sense. And I didn't like how it was. I felt a little lazy in that area, and it kind of made some of the moments sound a little cheesy. But I feel like they handled it very well towards the end, and ended up kind of making things a little better. And I kind of ended up ignoring the whole idea that it's, oh, if you make a wish, this can happen, and that's basically it. But other than that, I feel like they redeemed it, and it ended up working out in the end. But yeah, I mean, I loved the movie 100%. Still trying to debate which one I like better. I know when I watched Wonder Woman, the one scene that got me really excited was the No Man's Land scene. I believe that was what people call it. But and although there were some scenes that got me excited in this one, I feel like that one was just far superior. But and when it comes to the end, I know a lot of people wanted more. I specifically thought it was going to be a bigger battle between Cheetah and stuff. I'm not disappointed with how it turned up. I loved the fight. I did. But some part of me wanted it to be a little longer, and that's basically it. But other than that, I really did enjoy it. I mean, I really did. And remember, you can get full reactions on Patreon. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this video to let you know, remind you that you can just sit back and watch the movie with me. But yeah, I mean, those are literally the only things I was somewhat upset with. And other than that, I was really happy with what we got. And yeah, now let's get into the positives. So, I'm excited. Alright, guys, so that is it. That is it. That was my reaction. And not only that, we're going to jump straight into the review. You can get the full reaction on Patreon. But I am overwhelmed with emotions right now. I feel like I should take a break so I can try to absorb some of the stuff that went on during the film. But I honestly enjoyed it a lot, like a lot. Pedro Pascal put on a hell of a performance. I literally stopped during the middle of the movie, gave him a little applause. So it was honestly something that I did enjoy. The one thing that I was caught me off guard a little bit was sometimes with the music. Music, of course, is always my favorite. I've made that clear in the past. That's one thing that stands out the most. We had a little I think it was from a score from, I believe it was BVS. I'm not 100% certain. And then there was something that reminded me of the score from Kick-Ass. So I mean, it was fun to be able to recognize some of the music. But other than that, I mean, I feel like there were some moments where they made the music a little not loud, but it just seemed a little too. It was so weird. I don't know. It just was too much for the moment, if that makes any sense. But that's not even a complaint. I'm just pointing that out. So I mean, other than that, I feel like they did a hell of a job. I mean, the moment the when we see Barbara kind of embrace the little evil side of everything, when she started kicking the dude that's been harassing her, and she was like kicking his ass. That's the one thing that kind of caught me off guard a little bit, because I mean the music was just so loud and intense, and obviously I did like it. I have no complaints, only because it was just it made the interaction a lot more intense, specifically because we know that she was literally defenseless in their first encounter, and seeing her kind of being able to step up and not backing down, even not even taking mercy on the dude. She just straight up kicked this man's ass, and even it kind of showed the moments where she's been, just a great person compared to that moment right there where she was just a monster. And not saying the dude didn't deserve it, because the dude was an ass, but we saw the man that she literally seems to be helping a lot. Like, he seems to be getting dinner from her, and she stops by and sees if he's okay, and he stopped by and saw what she did to that man. So it was kind of like the one of her strengths meeting one of, like, her weakness, if that makes any sense. Because I mean, that man just sees her as being someone that feeds him and is just so kind, and as we know that the stone takes away it takes away as much as it gives. So it took away, I guess, her kindness and gave her that brute strength, and she wished to be Diana, and it ended up giving her a lot more than she, I guess, desired, because she did not expect to have the abilities that Diana possesses, and yet she was able to have that. And I feel like they handled Barbara very well. I did like that. I don't know why, but the thing that was popping in my head was like Max Dillon vibes, I believe I'm saying it right, from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Jamie Foxx, when we have Electro, who is still trying to, who is a straight up, I don't want to say geek or nerd, but he was a little weird on that side, socially awkward. He was trying to make friends but was not good at it. Everyone was just crapping on him, and that's what we saw from Barbara. And then it came to the point where Barbara ended up making that wish, and then it was totally the opposite way. Everyone wanted to be her friend. Everyone was just being so nice to her, talking to her. A lot of the men were attracted to her, and it's what she wanted, but it didn't seem like she was noticing all the terrible things that the stone was also bringing, so she didn't really notice all the negatives out of it. She was just thinking about what she's been getting, and that's what we saw with the whole Pedro Pascal situation, where she was into him and thought that he was into her, and I don't know, just ended up going to hell. And like I said, Pedro Pascal put on a hell of a performance, specifically with him constantly holding these people's hands and saying, okay, now look in my eyes, tell me what you wish. And you can see his health is just going down the drain, like, just it's going terrible for him. But yet I don't know, he pulled it off really good, and I'm happy with how they handled things. Another thing that I do want to talk about was specifically the wish, the whole wish aspect of it all. No complaints here, specifically because they made the wish, the stone, like a big deal throughout the whole entire movie. I was wondering how they were gonna bring back Steve Trevor's character, or Chris Pine's character, I mean, and I was a little nervous, like how it relates to the plot or whatever it did, but it related directly to the plot, and that's part of the reason why I didn't really care for it at first. When I saw that she was like, oh, I like when she held the stone and we were like, oh, this is how it's gonna happen. At first, I was questioning, like, oh, don't tell me like this is just gonna be a one and done thing, right? I got my dogs whining over here. But they were. I was confused. I was wondering if it was gonna be a one-time thing, and we weren't really gonna touch up on the stone. I don't know why. I was just a little nervous. I was like, this seems a little too easy. Like, just being able to wish for something. But the fact that they made it the whole entire, like, the plot of the movie, how the stone is bad, stone's bad, and all that stuff. It was pretty interesting, and I really do like how they handled it. Like, so other than that, I really don't have any complaints about the movie. Honestly, it's up there with the top TCU movies. They have not been disappointing us. We need to watch Birds of Prey. So if you want me to react to that, let me know. This movie will be on Patreon for me, because I don't know when I can drop the reaction on YouTube, because of course copyrights. But I'm excited to have been able to watch it. It's been really fun, and it was great. Like I said, the music did not let me down. Did not let me down at all. So I mean, everything about it. Like I said, I don't really know what else to say, especially the post credit scene. That post credit scene was pretty exciting. Most of these movies have post credit scenes, so I stayed around, and then we ended up getting some Linda Carter action, which was really really fun, and I think it's going to be fun for a lot of Wonder Woman fans to from back in the day to be able to see that. For an example, I know my mom; she's a huge Wonder Woman fan. She doesn't really watch a lot of the movies with me or any of that stuff, but when it comes to, she wanted me to watch the 1970s Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, and I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, I don't know, but I know a lot of people like her are going to be really excited to see Linda Carter, come back into this because, of course, she that's an iconic role. I mean, Linda Carter is iconic. That's the bottom line. So it's really cool that we were able to see just a little glimpse, and she cameoed as Asteria, I think they said it was, and that was just a little cool thing to have at the end of the movie. So I'm really excited to see what else. They bring to the table. What else we're gonna get in the future? We've haven't. I don't really know what the future holds for DCU wise. I know we got a lot of announcements with Marvel, a lot of announcements with Star Wars, and it's gonna be really fun to see what we have in store for DC wise. And I'm here for it. I'm ready, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So let me know what you think about the movie. Drop recommendations down for movie reactions because yeah, it should be fun. So other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe. This is just my little review. We might make a better one down the road, but this is just one that my thoughts, first thoughts off the rip. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not hating on it too much. I loved the fact that we saw more of Wonder Woman at the younger age in the beginning of the movie. A little disappointed that we didn't see much of it later on. Honestly, I didn't really, not that I say I'm disappointed, because I feel like them switching back and forth through flashbacks and regular things, I mean, it may be a little, just like, it may get rid of the tone of the movie, and I feel like that was very important for what they were doing here, specifically because the way they handled the villain, Max, or whatever the case was. I feel like they did a really good job handling it, so I really don't have any other complaints. But I mean, it would have been cool to see a little more flashbacks, because we saw her at the younger age, and that lesson kind of held importance for the film, where she was saying, oh yeah, we don't, what was it, lies don't, heroes aren't born from lies, or we can't be born from lies, or something like that. So I mean, that ended up being important for the end when Diana was trying to talk to Barbara. And yeah, so I mean, like I said, I am really happy with how this film turned out. Was it worth the wait? I don't know. No, it sucked that we had to wait, period, but I'm just so happy that we were able to watch it in the end. It's better for everyone to stay safe. I know a lot of people want to rather watch this film in the movie theater, so I mean, obviously there's going to be a spoiler warning. I'm going to put spoilers in the beginning of the video so people don't get I guess, they don't get spoiled. But it was really fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see my reaction when I do drop it. When it does drop, I will put it in the link of this video. And yeah, I mean, so happy you guys were able to kick back and enjoy this little review. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I can't wait for you to see the reaction. Remember, you can go to Patreon and get the reaction there. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. Check out my Instagram, check out my Twitter. Stay safe. Peace.